right, it is 6 o'clock, so we will go ahead and call this meeting of the Greensburg City Council to order. Begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Jesus, for these wonderful men and women that you have chosen to lead this city. Continue to lay your blessings upon them, give them wisdom in their decision making, and guide them in the ways that you want them to lead this city. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Roll call. Councilman Reeves and Councilman Keaton are absent tonight, but we still have a quorum with 3 council persons, so we will proceed with business. First up is approval of the agenda. Does any councilman have any questions on the agenda or any modifications to it?
I'd make a motion to approve it as written.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the agenda as presented. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda is approved. Citizen comments. Hearing no citizen comments tonight, we will proceed with our consent agenda. That includes our minutes of our June 2nd meeting, appropriations ordinance 1294, and also fireworks permits for Youth Corps Ministries and Kick and Wing fireworks.
Move to approve as written.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve tonight's consent agenda. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, so consent agenda is approved. And that brings us to our items of business tonight. We've got 3. First up is an introduction from Statera Ag, or with Statera Ag.
Yes, I'd like to introduce Ryan Stapleton, and he's here for an introduction of the company, and I'll just let you take it away.
Like she said, my name is Ryan Stapleton. Some of you might know my kids better than me. Jalen and Graydon, Jarrett, and Sailor. She's playing volleyball right now. We're from Meade. We started Statera about 4 years ago, and it's a manufacturer of micronutrient fertilizers like copper, zinc, mag, boron, stuff like that. And we make it over at our place, at our farm, and it's outgrown that. And we are very appreciative of you guys offering us what you've done to come over here. And we're excited about coming over. And we hope to hire at least 1 employee from here when we get going. So if there's any questions.
When are you thinking about getting started, I guess, is
The 4th quarter of this year
fourth quarter?
is when we're
Okay.
hoping. We
To be this fall then?
do what?
Be this fall then?
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for,
Okay.
so that we want to start the building process in the 4th quarter of this year, so that we can be in there like January, the 1st of January is our goal,
Okay.
is what we're hoping for.
Do you have, is your place kind of between Mineola and, or Fowler and Meade?
It's between Meade and Plains.
Between Meade and Plains?
Yeah.
Okay. On the north side of the highway, you can see it from 54?
No,
Okay.
It's,
I'm thinking of a different place then.
yeah, it's north of Missler
Okay. Okay.
in that area.
We appreciate you considering this location or the city
Yeah, we're excited.
to expand, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're extremely excited about coming over.
How many employees will you have?
Probably 2 to start. Like, we're a startup being 4 years old, so it's small, and I'm gonna guess around 2 employees, and we have 1, but we hope to hire another one from here so that we don't have to come over.
Will you have things here that you don't have in your other location?
We're gonna move everything here.
Okay,
This is gonna be our location.
okay.
They're gonna be out of my place.
I didn't know if you had a bunch of new ideas you were gonna implement here.
No, I want them out of my place. So you're excited and so am I.
And there you go. Well, anything we can do to help, I mean, you know, and not moving or anything like that.
Yeah.
No.
No, we're excited about getting out and getting over here.
Good.
Having a place that's all Stay Terras. Right now they're working out of my facility and it's tough with the farm and the fertilizer and stuff like that. It's kind of a mess over there. People are stumbling over people and stuff's here and there for everybody. It's kind of a mess. It'd be nice to just have our own facility that everything is Stay Terras there.
Well, I wish you the best here. If there's anything we
We'll be
can help.
selling, like, what the products will be going out in is like 2.5 gallon jugs and boxes, 5 gallon, and then totes,
Okay.
250 gallon totes. That's how we'll ship products out. And the dry products just come in bags, super sack bags.
Okay. That's interesting.
So,
We're excited to have you.
we're excited.
Yeah.
So,
You're
you
kind
guys
of,
happen to have that? Well, you sent me the sign where
Mhm.
everything's signed. I'll just make a copy of that then.
Okay,
Okay.
or I can bring you one.
No, I'll just print that one off.
Okay.
That's fine. So, is there any other questions?
Thanks.
She has my phone number, so if there's
Yeah.
any questions, just
Have-
don't hesitate to call.
have we got a sign we could put up on the highway that says Future Homes to Terra Ag?
We need to do that. We don't have one. But if you guys have one, or make one, but we don't have anything yet for that.
I think it'd be good exposure.
Yeah. Well, I'll talk to the guys about it, and we'll see what we can come up with. One question that I have is the plots, are there markers where the plots are
There
at?
should, I would think, be pins that it's
That we
been
can find.
platted.
Okay,
If not, we might have to get a survey done to.
okay. And
Would-
then there was a Will from Best Water. Did he happen to come by and get a sample of the water? No?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Is your water here?
It's city water,
And
so.
and it has the chlorine in it still?
Mhm.
So we can just get a sample from here?
Mhm.
Okay. We need a sample of that water, so we'll
Okay.
get one.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be back over.
Sounds
watching
good.
games.
Yep, I'll see you down there in a bit.
Okay.
Stacy, does any of our aerial views of the business park have any measurements, dimensions on it?
It's kind of got them drawn out, I think, but I
Yeah.
don't know if it's to scale exactly.
Yeah, and I don't
If
know.
there's
Maybe,
pins, I bet we can find.
maybe the aerial views just show where the plots
Yeah,
are, but it
that's
doesn't
what
give
we
it.
I'll have to
have.
see if there are or not, if there's been a survey done of the whole property and have pins for each of those
Okay. I
plats or
figured there
not.
probably was. Okay.
Ask Ben if that was done.
Yeah, I'll look into that.
Okay, all right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
We greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, and we look forward to you getting started out here.
Yeah, we do too.
All right, that takes care of that item of business. So we will move on to our next item of business, and that is to consider bids for a generator for our water tower.
Yes, when the water tower was constructed, a generator was not included for when there's power outages. And during the last power outage we had to bring a portable generator down and babysit it to keep our system running so that the tower talks to the water treatment plant and everything. In talking with Mick, when we have more than a 2-hour outage, we have to bring down a generator. So with that, he looked into getting some pricing to have a permanent generator installed there. So you'll see 2 bids that are included in your packet, one from Pioneer Home Services and one from Intergreen. Both are pretty similar bids, but you'll see that the one from Intergreen is 2 kilowatts more, but otherwise they're pretty apples to apples, and both are sufficient to be able to run the water tower. And this purchase can be made through the Equipment Reserve Fund. It has a cash balance of $179,000. So I'll leave it for your discussion. Any questions?
Council, discussion or questions on those bids?
I know Pioneer's put quite a few of these standby generators in community around. They're the ones that are natural gas powered
Mm-hmm.
or fuel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it creates a problem or not, but when it comes to selecting one, I'm going to abstain from voting because this is a family member involved in this.
Understood.
I don't know what member's gone, how that affects it.
Yeah, I mean, we'd have a majority of the present members,
But not a-
but you need a quorum for a full vote. Now, this was one we might need to delay to the next meeting.
Yeah.
I guess my 2 cents is, this is a critical piece of infrastructure, and I think it's a good idea to have a backup generator on it. But yeah, I think with you abstaining, we'll just have to wait till we have.
I apologize for that, but I just don't think it's right for me to be voting on.
Understood and appreciated. Yes, we've gone without one for 18 years now, another couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It's-
Hopefully.
Knock on some wood, but hopefully we won't regret that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if we could, we need to
We'll
table this
just table
till
it. Mhm.
next meeting.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so we will move on to our final item of business tonight, and that's a memorandum of understanding with the Iroquois Center for Human Development.
I'll speak, and then Chief Davis wants to chime in, he can. He received a copy of this MOU from ICHD regarding care coordination for behavioral health services, and it pretty well outlines procedures that are already happening, but just puts in writing an agreement and understanding between our two organizations of what services will be provided. Clayton has taken a look at this and is okay with it, so I'd let him chime in, or if you have any questions.
This involves our law enforcement.
Yes.
We work with them and
Yes.
they work with us, and
Sheriff's Office got one too.
Okay.
I think it's exactly what we've been doing. My guess is they got some grant money from somewhere, and they probably had to have it in writing.
Okay.
I didn't see anything that would change what we do now.
it's more or less a little bit of housekeeping is what
Yes,
we're doing.
I think so.
Okay.
I think it's connected to their ongoing effort to become a CCBHC, whatever that means, but I think it's kind of the level of accreditation, and this, I think, agreements like this are requirements to achieve that.
Community Behavioral Health Care Center, or something like that is, yeah.
Council, any other questions on that MOU with the Iroquois Center?
So we need a motion to,
Yes, we would.
I would make a motion that we accept it, adopt the memorandum of understanding with the Iroquois Center for Human Development, in the city of Greensburg.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the memorandum of understanding between the Iroquois Center for Human Development and the Greensburg Police Department for care and coordination for behavioral health services.
What he said.
Yes.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? MOU is approved. All right, that does it for our items of business tonight. So we will move on to city staff reports. Stacy.
I am working on a draft of the 2026 budget for review at the next council meeting. If you have anything that you would like to discuss for consideration to be included in that between now and then, please let me know, and we can look at that. But be prepared for next time that we'll take a first look at draft budget. Our team has been mowing, doing some street patching, reading meters today, fixing some utility issues, and installing some new services over the last couple weeks. Last week I attended the American Public Power Association conference with the rest of the KPP Energy board and staff. There were about 1,300 people at that conference from public power systems all over the United States, from very large cities to small like us. So it's an interesting environment to be around all different types of public power systems. It was good, and I went to sessions that ranged from battery energy storage to community engagement sorts of things. So, and then I will be gone the week of June 30th for vacation. So just heads up. I think that's all I've got.
Questions for Stacy? Hearing no questions for Stacy, do we have any governing body comments tonight?
I had a gentleman contact me the other day and had a question. Who was in charge when our public works superintendent is off? Who's the next in line? I mean, if you needed to call, something needed to be done, and he's not there, who do you call?
Pick one, just depending on what the thing is, I guess.
Depends on what it is.
Yeah, it depends what it is.
Okay.
You know, if it's a parks issue or if it's a electric issue, kind of depending what it is or what we know guys are out working
Yeah.
on, who's available.
I told him I didn't know, but I'd ask and find out.
Yeah, since we decided not to fill the foreman position
Right.
a year better now,
Yeah. Okay.
there's not necessarily a next in command in the public works department, so.
Okay. He was also concerned about why we haven't done anything with filling some of these cracks in the streets. He said you can close your eyes and drive down the street, and you can tell every time you hit one.
Yeah.
And you know, he's right. I mean, I've looked at some of them, and even though they've been filled in the last year,
They open right back up.
bigger than last time.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I don't know.
we had a couple gentlemen go to
Yes.
street or asphalt
Yes.
school or whatever. Did they say anything about that?
Yeah, and they have been working, there's some patching they've
Right.
started and they've marked some areas,
Right.
especially where we're gonna do the EFOG treatment to concentrate there. And I know crack sealing is on the to-do list. We have limited crew and a lot of things right now, with the mowing and everything especially, but, yeah.
Mowing is at the top of the list right now.
anyway. But yeah, they're starting to work on it and they got, like, this utility hole filled and the one on Grant Street, I know last week too, so.
He was just asking about that.
Yeah.
I said, they do some every summer, but I can't tell you what the schedule
And-
is, or if they have a different attack on it.
You
I didn't
just
know whether
keep-
we could go in and fill some of them with some of that asphalt and then seal over them.
I know that's been tried and some of them that are wide, that's a pretty tedious task to
It
have
is.
to, yeah.
I don't know. Okay.
Is the workshop that they went to, is that more for like when a big section has to be cut out
Mhm.
for?
Yeah, not so much, I mean, it covered some of that too, but more for overall larger area.
Yeah, for like utility cuts and things
Right.
like that.
That's what I
Mhm.
was thinking, but yeah, they're
Which I
looking
think
rough.
was very beneficial. I mean, if you look at
Yeah,
how
I
this one was filled
think it's
in,
made
I
a
think
big
it looks
difference.
really great.
I
And that
walked,
one-
I walked home a week or so ago from Greensburg Farm Supply, one of them humid rainy mornings. And it's a whole lot different walking on the street
It
than it
sure
is
is.
riding in a vehicle down. Where you can walk along and look at everything real slow, because I wasn't just stepping it off. Some of them are
Yes.
a little bit astounding how big they look when you're just walking by.
I've been doing a lot of walking the last 3 months, and I've noticed.
Oh, and he did,
There's
he
some
did ask me too,
potholes,
and he
too.
said the cracks that are along the curb, are we gonna spray them or just wait till they get big enough and mow them?
They've been sprayed,
Yeah, I know.
some of them, yeah.
And it doesn't do no good to go spray them, and that night it rains,
Because that's happened too.
a lot.
Been very wet the last 6 to 8 weeks,
Yeah.
unseasonably.
Yeah.
More coming.
Right
And
now,
the weeds just.
right now the weather's in the weeds' favor,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
so. Okay.
Any other governing body comments tonight? Well, hearing none, that brings us to the end of tonight's agenda, so we will adjourn the meeting. Thanks for your time, everybody.